Hi guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome to the Twin Flame family. Welcome back to those of you who have subscribed and are returning. Couple of just reminders. This week we are kicking off our March class series. Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be holding an hour-and-a-half long class via tele web conference. And it's all about the Twin Flame journey process, understanding how to navigate separation, what is the truth and the myths in the Twin Flame journey, what are the ascension tools that you need, and how do you clear some of the energy blocks to move into surrender, as well as step into union. So through a 4-week series, we'll be covering that March 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. And it's $22 per class. You can sign up on the website. There's still spots available for this Thursday. This Thursday's theme is What's Love Got to Do with It? We'll be talking about romantic love and how that plays into, and unconditional love, and how that all plays into the Twin Flame journey. So visit thetwinflamefamily.com. Again, thetwinflamefamily.com, and click on Schedule a Session. Those classes are under the Group Services tab. And under the private services, you'll see I have one special up there. It's a 50-minute for $50 reading, Twin Flame guidance session. It's only going to be on there until March 19th, and then I'll go back to the regular rates. So $50, 50 minutes. You can book it through March 19th. And moving on to this week's energy update, I'm a little bit late this week, but purposely wanted to post after the eclipse. And that eclipse has brought a lot of movement in a lot of our lives. And I'm talking about things speeding up, energy, action, busyness with work, mission, a lot of energy being mixed up. I also feel like we've sort of ridden out that sort of darker energy from the lunar eclipse, and from the solar eclipse, a new path has been illuminated. Some things have been ending. Some things are being shown to us that's helping us just carry forth on our path and step fuller into our missions, as well as really own our power center, like really get into our power center, really own our confidence in what we're doing and how we're navigating this journey. And, that I've worked with the many twins over the past week. I know from my own experience, this has meant total illumination, total new perspective on things, certain things ending. Some of the chaos and turmoil and fear that was before is starting to come to a resolve or starting to dissipate. Old relationships that are no longer serving us. I'm talking about friendships, relationships, romantic relationships, karmic relationships, even familial quarrels are showing us who needs to be in our circle, in our inner circle, and who shouldn't be right now. So energetically, it's like they're asking you to make the choices of, okay, this is in alignment with my vibration. This soul is supporting me. This is supporting the journey. Okay, I'm going to surround myself with this. And the other stuff that's, the naysayers, the negative energy, the attackers, the judgers, the judgmental energy, all that stuff, we're really seeing that segmentation right now. And although we're one with everything, we're seeing, okay, it's going to be safer for me, better for me, healthier for me to stay in the high vibrational presence. Okay, so we're working on that through law of attraction, and you need to still keep deliberately working on that. I'm in a high vibration. I'm not going to be pulled down by this other muck and yuck. And some of this eclipse energy was so that we could weed out that muck and yuck and go, you know what? That's not how I'm going to live my life. That's not how I navigate this process. That's not the vibration that I want to be in, the fear, the judgment, the resentment, that low vibrational way. So it's not that these people are bad or awful or anything. It's just that we're choosing to take our energy and separate it and really just call in the high vibrational energy to match it. And so we can shield that other energy and just kind of keep it at arm's length, they're saying, all right? And for some of us, this came through tears and heartache. And like I said, it's been familial quarrels and judgment from maybe family and friends and people who just really don't get it. And it's not, the guides aren't saying, okay, dispose of these people. A lot of these people are souls that we love. They're in our life for a reason. They are creating that contrast right now. It's like the dark and the light, the low vibration, the high vibration, so that we can choose the path that's in line with our higher purpose, if that makes sense. And I know that that's going to resonate for a lot of you right now. So I just trust in it, and trust that you have the power to always say no. If something doesn't feel good to you, don't move towards it. Move towards that which feels good and light and in line with your intentions and in line with the way that you're managing your ascension process. Don't go get pulled back into that low vibrational stuff. Because you know what? If you let yourself go there, there's old stuff that's still unresolved in you that you'll start to engage with it. And it's going to bring up a lot of that inner, like, old patterns. We don't want to go back to the old patterns. This is about breaking free from that, going into the new perspective, the new beliefs, the new way of being, the new energy. And literally, it has felt like, and I've said this several times, and I said it to my twin, it's out with the old, in with the new right now. And this is lining us up because come spring, after March 12th, between March 12th and March 20th, there's going to be a huge opening. And in that opening, there's going to be unions. I mean, just reaching new heights, just a lot of bright, happy stuff. So we're setting ourselves up for that right now. We're going, I'm not taking that low road. I'm going to take the higher road. And this is the time to see that, to feel that contrast, and to make the conscious decision to trust your intuition, to know that you have the power not to get pulled down, that you can stay up high and really in love with yourself, in love with life, in love with this process without getting pulled down into that yuckiness. Now, some of you might ask, what if my twin flame is pulling me into that yuckiness? Well, the twins are shifting too, so you're going to be feeling and seeing that. My twin flame is a Pisces, and we just went through the Pisces new moon solar eclipse. So this is a good time to set intentions and goals. Anything that's based around spirituality, psychism, emotion, that's all in line with the Piscean new moon and this solar eclipse. Now, I felt him shift dramatically as well during this eclipse. It's lighter. There's more clarity. It seems like things are lightening and brightening, and we're going to continue to feel that through the next several weeks. And some of that's still clearing inner turmoil stuff, and some of that is, like I said, shielding those souls and those people that aren't in alignment with where we're moving, where we're heading towards. And they will either filter out all by themselves, or it'll be up to you to sort of draw the line in the sand and go, all right, you guys, you stay here. I'm keeping you at arm's length, and I'm moving forward on this path, and I'm not going to get pulled down into that yuckiness. It's about not reacting, not engaging, just saying, okay, I really respect you where you're at, but I'm just going to keep doing this over here. And totally separate of that, not letting that energy bring me down. So I didn't really pull a spread this week, but I'm just going to kind of bull guards as I talk to you. And this is Shield Yourself. It's saying, these are the Angel Therapy cards by Doreen Virtue. Shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. And you all have this power with those low vibrational energies to not only shield yourself with healing light, but to just, like I said, trust your intuition. So if something feels yucky or heavy or mucky, or just like you're feeling like, oh no, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. Guess what? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't push yourself to go in anyways. Don't override your intuition. They're saying shield your energy, protect yourself, keep yourself in the high vibrational space. Okay. For those of you who are, I feel like some of the stuff that's coming up in private session is really about, like, I'm in surrender now. Many of you are. So you've navigated through the really tough part of the journey of the crying, the catharsis, the missing, realizing that, you know, that grief process, that missing your twin, that horrible heartache during separation, those emotions are okay, and they should come and go, and you need to let them come through you. But once you get back in your power center, realign with your source energy, really line up with how the universe is guiding you, trusting this process, knowing that this time is here, it is for you. It's for you to do your work, to come into your own, to get on your mission, to love yourself more. And the guides are saying mediumship is coming up. And that's the case for a lot of people right now. It's trusting the signs and synchronicities, really listening. The Piscean new moon solar eclipse was all about connecting deeper into our spirituality, opening up our psychic gifts. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. And this is not just about like spirit guides. This is about your actual departed, your angels that are around you. Your angels are present. They're leaving you messages. They're protecting you. They're guiding you. And especially in your twin flame situations, I feel like the angels that are reigning over us are, it feels like they're grandparents. It feels like they're those in our lineage who have had great loves, who are helping us in a very subtle way recognize what true unconditional love is. They're also helping us. I think what's coming up right now is remembering our values, okay? Our return to values. Like we see what's going on in our current presidency and in our society, and this, not liking what is, not, agreeing with going with the masses anymore, going with the imposed rule. It's like really more about like, what are my values, and have our values been lost in a very technology driven society that is, they're asking us to return to core values, like the values that our grandparents had, our ancestors had, the values of like home and family and, more traditional love setting. And I'm really getting that a lot in readings as well with private clients. Like it's that energy of, creation, deliberate creation. It's like checking in with yourself and going, what do you want to create? This isn't just about like, oh, I'm waiting for my twin flame to come into union with me. This is more about, you're not waiting. You're doing your work, and you're going to deliberately create now what you want for the future. Whether that's your twin flame who lines up with it or another amazing partner who's meant to be in your life. This is about creating very deliberately and knowing that you have the power to manifest. And, I've driven home a lot of these messages in my readings, but again, it's time to get very deliberate in what we desire, what we want to create for the future, it's not like an ideal, but it's more like many of us have a sense of what we're moving towards, what we want to accomplish, how we want our life to be. And it's less about being really specific about the details, and it's more about being very general about the feeling of it. Like those principles that Abraham Hicks teaches. If you watch or listen to Abraham Hicks, this is about getting in vibrational alignment with what we want. So if it's more freedom, well, how does freedom feel? Does it feel like opening our arms and twirling around outside or dancing? Or start to do that. Start to twirl around with your arms open. Start to dance around the house. What does that freedom feel like? Get in the feeling of it more than I think freedom looks like this, and, writing it down on paper and writing all the little details. Because the more specific you get, the harder it's going to be to manifest it, especially if it's just like outside of you. You want to bring the feeling into you and up through you. And so the way to do that is to say, okay, if freedom's what I desire, I got to get in the feeling of that. If self-reliance is a part of this, many of you are like, breaking from one career, going on to your more mission-based path, or you're breaking away from, marriages or relationships where there was some security, and you're going, wow, am I going to have the power or the confidence to manifest and to be self-reliant. And this is saying, like, start being self-reliant now while you're in doubt. Clear the doubts and start to practice. Play the manifestation game with yourself. See if you can, how quickly you can manifest, a dime, a quarter, a nickel, a thought, an object, that you're unattached to. Think about something like a pencil or like a water bottle and hold that object steady in your mind and then watch it manifest in your life. So it's not about like the grand manifestation right now. It's about trusting in your ability to manifest. And we have to play little games with ourselves so that we trust our intuition. We trust our powers. It's not like this is deliberate creation. This is talking about we're being shown the path to really own our mission. And the only way we're going to own our mission is to be self-reliant, is to have and create that freedom, is to be in our power center, is to be totally in, confidence and self-assuredness of what we want, who we are, and loving ourselves. And that comes with practice. And those of you who say, like, I don't know how to do it. Well, practice. We know how to play the manifestation game. We've all done it. You're spiritual people, you're spiritual souls. And this is about like noticing the signs and synchronicities. Like I said, imagining an object or imagining, dimes falling or pennies falling. And then, 2 minutes later, you find a penny on the ground, or you find that's the reinforcement of like what a great creator you are, what a deliberate creator you are, what a good manifester you are. And those are the things that are going to build your confidence in trusting your intuition, being in your power center, knowing what a great manifester you are. And that's, again, going to help you get into that self-reliant place, right? Of not needing the safety net, of not needing the clutch or the crutch or someone to hang on to, or somebody else providing something for us. We are good providers, and the universe is providing for us joy and abundance, and we just have to get into the flow of that. Another thing that's come up too is like, having those far-reaching goals, like, it feels so far away. Some of you have said you wanted to make a major move, or you want to, have this, new home in a different place, or, these goals that I feel like when I hear you guys talking, it feels like it's far off. And what your guides are saying, what the guides are saying, what the angels are saying is like, it's only as far off as you make it. This can all really happen very quickly. And this is about getting in the energy of it. So if you have a place that you want to move to, or a home that you want to create, or a partner that you want to line up with, it's saying start to get in the feeling of it. So how do we do that? We can start in our immediate environment. We can start with vision boards. You want to get excited about this stuff. Not look at it and go, wow, that's really great, but I feel so far away, and how am I ever going to get there? Those types of feelings are going to bring you down and hold you further away from manifesting it. But when we feel like it's already here, like for instance, I want to take this trip. I know I'm going to take it this year, but gosh, it still seems so far away. And how am I going to manifest it in this? I can't imagine manifesting it before 2018. Well, guess what? Go buy the suitcase. Go start researching, travel agents or tours or trips, and then start gathering the information, putting them up on your vision board, buying things for your trip. Start packing your bags. That's how you get excited, even before you've booked the ticket. It's the same thing for the house that you want, the partner that you want. It's like start lining up with the feeling of it. And how do we do that? Well, we just act like it's already happening. Feel like it's already happening. All right, if we don't know really what the freedom is that we're going to create, like I said, that freedom might just be a feeling of like, I feel free. My arms are out. I'm surrendered. I'm happy. I'm dancing. I'm flowing with the wind and the trees and everything around me. So get out there and dance and flow with the trees and the wind and everything around you, because that's how you'll manifest it. It won't manifest quickly. It won't manifest easily if we are putting the roadblocks in our way, which are focusing on the lack, waiting, feeling like it's far out, and wondering and focusing on the how. Okay? Because the universe shows us how. We don't need to figure that out. All we need to know is this is the feeling that we want to line up with. This is what we want. This is how we want to feel. And then we start getting excited about it, start getting joyful, and start being so self-assured that it's coming and that it's already here almost. That feeling of like, it's already here. I'm that excited. I'm already grateful for it. It's already showed up. If we can get into that energy rather than the, oh, it's never going to come. It feels so far away. That's going to keep us in resistance to manifesting it. So, yeah. So remember that. And this is the Hanged Man has come up. And this is, again, about surrender. Surrendering, getting rid of, like, the self-doubt, the negative thoughts, the focusing on the how. That's all. Those are all the things that keep us in the resistant energy, that block the things that we want from coming in, including our twin flame. So, and you don't want it to be like, again, the Eight of Wands is coming up here, and they're talking about like, don't let it be, the struggle doesn't have to be there. A lot of you say like, oh no, I really have to do that. Like, I'll be like, just get in the joy of it, just get in the energy of it. And you're like, I know, I really need to do that. Why? I'm so bad. Why am I not doing that? So first of all, we need to be easier on ourselves. We need to talk nicer to ourselves. We need to think nicer about what the things that we want and how we do things. So rather than going, yeah, I really need to do that. God, I'm so mad at myself for not doing that. Shift that and go, all right, I'm going to start doing that today. All right, I can start doing that right now, and start to make that shift. And then also it's the notion of things don't have to be effortful to manifest, okay? Just the struggle isn't what gets us there, okay? You hear those stories of someone who struggled to make it in their acting career, famous actors like, oh, and they ate, SpaghettiOs, and they lived on the street, or they worked at this little, menial job, and they did anything it took, and they struggled for years, and rejection. And then when they make it, you're like, wow, see, all that struggle was worth it. But see, that's not really how manifestation works. We don't have to struggle, push, or, force our way through. We don't have to will our way through to get, to manifest, to receive. And so that's where that sort of old way of thinking, or those sort of mythological, ideas that were put into our head that we've just believed for so many years, this is time to like shed those beliefs and like go, all right, I can actually manifest just by having a thought, feeling it, attaching to the vibration of it, and then just watching it show up in the world around me, or in my world. That's deliberate creation. So I want you to keep that all in mind, because as we're being shown the pathway forward, and as this action energy illumination comes in to light this pathway so that we can push forward, these are all things that are going to be really, really important for us. Self-reliance, freedom, deliberate creation, how we manifest, and just really moving forward without the fear, doubt, and low vibrational energies, and even the judgment on oneself. Not just judgment from others, but like, stop judging yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself, and pay attention to how we talk to ourselves. Is it soft? Are we being soft? Are we being kind? Are we being patient? A lot of times we beat ourselves up and we don't even realize it. And that's not self-love. So we have to really look at that and go, all right, am I talking to myself in true self-love? Is this how I would talk to a friend or partner that I respect? Well, if it's not, then why are you talking to yourself that way? So be patient. Be patient with yourself. If you mess up once, that's okay. Start again. If you start with the resistant thought, that's okay. Let it go, and then go into that energized thought, that in the flow mentality, that high vibrational thought. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to have not done it in the past, or to, Some of you say, I've gotten into surrender and then I slip out of it. All right, well, guess what? You got there. You know what it feels like. So you're going to get better at the times when you come out. You're going to get better at slipping back into it. It's going to become a practice. And that's how we get good at all the spiritual stuff, all this twin flame stuff, all the ascension tools is practice. So don't beat yourself up for not getting it right the first time or for slipping out of surrender. Just try to very quickly realign back in with the high vibrational stuff. So you get pulled into some of the low vibrational conversations or exchanges. All right, well, pull yourself out. This is about knowing how to pull ourselves out. How when we slip into fear mode, how to go back into higher vibration. That's a practice. That's an art, and it takes time to develop. So keep on going with it, and I'll be back next week with our next energy update. And don't forget to book a session or join our classes on thetwinflamefamily.com. See you soon. Bye, everybody. Mwah.